Okay, I want to do a quick video on Oman, O-M-A-N, which is a Gulf country. It looks they're going to be introducing a personal income tax on high earners, and it's going to be real small, but I mean it's going to be an income tax. And remember, this is not a corporate tax; it's an income tax. Now, most of the other GCC countries have come out with a corporate tax, but this is on the actual personal income tax. Now, this would make the Sultan the first member of the GCC to take such a step. Now, this is a real hot place too. Just like it's right next door to the UAE. I mean, it borders right on the UAE and Yemen, which is it's a stable country, but it is right next to all that trouble that's going on with Yemen right now. But Oman is pushing forwards with plans to impose a personal income tax on high-earning citizens and expats that would make it the first member of the GCC to take such a step. Now, the proposal, which has been floated by the government for more than a decade, was recently presented for consideration to the State Council. And now they're introducing this personal income tax in line with the country's efforts to diversify its revenue and streams and reduce its dependence on oil. If enacted, the tax would probably apply to citizens with a net global income of 1 million or more, and foreign nationals on Oman source income above 100,000. Now, when they say Oman source income that's above 100,000, I assume they're talking about only taxing local income, not income outside the country, since it's Oman source. Although some countries will actually encompass source income in that country, even outside the country. I'd have to check on that to see and how that works. But that's still pretty low. I mean, you're looking at you exceeding 100,000, then you pay that real small percentage on that after that point. In fact, the proposed tax changes range between 5% and 9% for foreign nationals and a flat rate of 5% for Omanis. Now, the UAE and Saudi Arabia have refrained from taxing individuals to make their countries more attractive to international companies and candidates for skilled jobs. I'm going to give you my evaluation on this. I'll tell you, it's going to be almost impossible to get this passport, just like the UAE. On trying to get the passport after residing there, you're going to have to be there years and years and years and learn Arabic to get that passport. And I'll tell you something else too is they're coming out with this tax, but they're not doing away with their high fees. They've got high fees just like Saudi Arabia and also the UAE in setting up a business. You can do this for almost for free, folks. It amazes me how many people go to Saudi Arabia and they just don't do their homework. I'll give you an example. Like I live in St. Kitts, and you're looking at, well, I can tell you it costs thousands of dollars, depending on the business you're involved with, in the UAE and Oman the same way, having your own company. And when you figure up your visa fees, your local service agent fees, you've got visa fees, just all kinds of stuff you got to end up paying out. And the licensing fees there, you can pay several $1,000s just for the license alone. But see, they haven't dropped those fees. They've come out with a tax, they just added on top. And you can get your taxes to zero and eliminate all those fees altogether. It's amazing to me, people, how many that do this. I'll give you an example. You can move to a country, like you can do this with Panama. It's got a territorial tax system, and just go there and get a retirement visa and then set up a company that's outside the country, like a Samoa company. Samoa doesn't tax any income outside the country. And it's peanuts, what you end up paying for the corporation. And then you're looking at, Panama's got a territorial tax system. You don't have all these high visa fees, licensing fees. You're looking at local service agent fees. Man, you don't have any of that crap. And if you're going there on a retirement visa, you don't need a license because you're doing it outside the country. And how much is a licensing fee? Well, I can tell you, if you do it from St. Kitts, it's $180 a year. Okay. Some companies that countries, you won't even need to get a license at all. Okay, so all you're doing is paying the corporate fee. So I'm thinking, why would anybody do this? I mean, I think what it is ignorance, and it's. I mean, I learned the hard way myself. You know, it's just you get over there now. If you're wanting a lot of people locally, like the UAE's got roughly around 10, have over 10 million people there, and about 90% of them are non-nationals. Only about 10% are nationals of the UAE. And you're dealing with those people locally, then that might be different. But a lot of businesses are not set up that way. They're doing export type businesses or import type businesses. And you can run an Amazon business from there if you want to. But you'd be better off coming to a place like Antigua, St. Kitts, El Salvador, Guatemala, places like, why? Because you can get retirement visas in these places. And then, but that's retired there in that place, but you can still have an offshore corporation and have your business run out of Samoa, for instance. Okay. And you don't have to have employees if you don't want, or if you do have them, you can outsource to the Philippines. But the great thing is you don't even need an office. You can have everything. I'm just showing you if you want to cut it back to the bone. UAE even requires you to get, and Oman is going to require you to have some sort of office too, or some sort of, like a flexi desk. So you're going to have all kinds of expenses that you really don't need, that you start right off the bat. Anyway, if you want to learn more on this and how it works, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And don't forget to hit our subscribe button here, and you'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.